Hello there everyone and welcome to our October full reveal video. In this release we have some very special products with a little bit of a difference to them as well. We really do hope that you enjoy this, so let's get into it. So first up we have your Craft Your Life Project Kit Illuminated Scenes. This is a little bit different from anything that I think we've ever done. So in the kit you're going to get a 6x8 stamp set, you're going to get a simple colouring stencil set, a die set and also a 3D embossing fold. So you're going to get all of this in the kit. Let's take a look at the stamp set. You can see here that we have two different scenes. So you have kind of a living room area here with a couch, table and window, and then we also have a craft desk with a light on the top, as well as a number of different sentiments. So what makes this different from anything that we've ever done before is the fact that the simple colouring stencils are only going to colour in a portion of the image. So it's going to be like where the light is coming in. So this bit that you can see here that's not got any colour on, you're not actually going to colour those with the stencils. It's so clever and so very different. We do have the layering guide within the packaging so you can see exactly how this is going to be used. So that's the stamp set. Let's take a look at the simple colouring stencil set. In here we have 4 stencils. These are all pretty sturdy and they're going to allow you to colour in those illuminated scenes that we have on the stamp set. We also have a die set. So in this one we have 3 different large frames. You're also going to be able to kind of use these smaller frames as well, and then we have a panel. As well as that, you're going to cut out all of the sentiments from the stamp set as well. And to add a little bit of texture to those frames, we also have the 3D embossing folder. So this is where you're going to be able to add some texture and dimension to those frames. So really cool, really great to kind of add all of those elements together to create a card. Here is the one that I have created. You can see that we have the craft desk there. I've used the stencils to colour in the image. I've also used one of the frames and one of the sentiments. To finish off, all I've done is added a few of the gem sparkles. Next up we have our Build a Garden, and this is the Serene blooms. You can see that we have a 4x6 stamp set, we have a simple colouring stencil set, we have a die set, and also you're going to get the fabulous and iconic mini blending tool. So let's take a look at the stamp set. You can see that we've got 2 floral images in here, as well as a number of different sentiments. As always, we have a layering guide within the packaging if we feel that it is needed, and we do have that in there. So this is going to show you how that stamp set works with the simple colouring stencil set that we have. This is the simple colouring stencil set. In here we do have 4 stencils, and these are sized 6 by 4 1/4, and they're going to allow you to add colour to all of the images that we have in the stamp set. As well as that, we do have the die set, and you can see that we're going to cut around those large images from the stamp set. We have a little jug in here as well, which is very cute. We have a little sprig and also some sentiment dies too to cut around the sentiments that have been stamped. And like I said, you are going to get that iconic mini blending tool. I'm just going to bring in the card that I have created for this. I've used that die set to cut around the jug, also the beautiful flowers that we have in the stamp set as well, which were coloured in using the stencils. Next up we have our crafter flower, and this is the Garden Cosmos. So very pretty. We have a number of different blooms, so we have 5 big ones, and then we also have a little bud. We have a number of different stems, and then also some little leaves as well. I love the leaves on a Cosmos. They're so wispy and so different, so you could definitely kind of use these in other flower arrangements that you have. We do have the keyhole system on this, so it's going to help you kind of put these flowers together, and we also have the layering guide on the back of the packaging. Just going to bring in the card that I've created for this one. I have used kind of the same colours as the one on the front, but you can see just how pretty this is, and they are quite sizable as well. So if you didn't want to use all of the flowers on one card, you don't have to. Maybe just use one or two to create a really cute flower cluster. Our creative cuts this time round is a little bit different. It's kind of a all over background with some simple pieces that can be layered on. Really beautiful look that you can see here. This is the Enchanted Vines. So if I open this up, you can see that you are going to get 3 different dies. This one has slipped a little, so I can kind of show you the updated packaging. And you're going to get 3 dies on a piece of acetate. They have some adhesive on there. Also, as you can see, we have printing on this acetate. So that means if you don't have a die in place or you're missing one, you're going to be able to see right away. So it's going to stop you losing as many dies, hopefully. But that is that. You can see that we do have the layering guide on the back, and this is going to show you how this is going to go together perfectly to create this look. Now, I have gone a little bit different with mine. I have not used green colors. I've used kind of pinks and orangey yellows to add a little bit of a different look to this one this time around. Next up, we have our Mini Delight, and this is Blooming Lantana. A little bit different from any of the Mini Delights we have ever done, and a little bit different than the keyhole systems than we've done before as well. So in this, you're going to get a stamp set and also a die set, which work together to create a beautiful image. So on the stamp set, which is a 3x4, you have this stem image with leaves and also kind of half of the alphabet up here. So that's going to stamp when you stamp it down. Then what you're going to do is you are going to die cut all of your little flower pieces, and hopefully you can see that these little flowers do have the alphabet on them as well. So what is going to happen is you're going to die cut all of these pieces, and for the alphabet, so say this is the A, that A is going to fit around perfectly the little A that you have stamped. So you're going to be able to pop these into position really quickly and easily to create a fabulous look. Here is the kind of look that you will be able to create with the stamped stem and flowers, and then the die cut blooms on the top there. Next up, we have a stamp set. This is Ethereal Blooms, and this is a stamp set and also a matching coordinating die set. The stamp set itself is a layering stamp set. It's been a while since we've done kind of a floral layering like this one. Very easy to do. We do have the layering guide, but this is a 4x6 stamp set, and we have a number of different flowers in here and also some leaves. You do get inspiration on the packaging, and also the layering guide is inside to show you how to put all of those flowers and leaves together. As well as that, we have the coordinating die set. You can see that it's going to cut around those 4 flowers and also the 3 leaves that we have in there. You can definitely kind of stamp these directly onto your cardstock, but just look how pretty they look when you do use that die to pop them up from the background. Next up, we have a die set. This is the Mixed Foliage. Now, this is just leftover from one of our retreats. So if you really do want this one, go grab it because we will not be reordering. So this is the Mixed Foliage. As you can see here, we have a number of different blooms in here. We have some kind of daisy or sunflower looks and some pansy looks, as well as some different leaves. So you can see here that we do have the keyhole system. And this is in our older packaging because, again, this is from an older release kit that we have found a little bit of extra from. You can see here that I have used the flowers on this card, and they are very pretty, quite sizable. And I think the pansies that we have in there are very different too. Next up, we have another floral die, and this is the Petalcraft. This is a small die, And you're going to be able to create 2 different blooms with this, one with like more of a pointy flower and then one with a more rounded image. We do have the layering guide on the back, and this does have the keyhole system. So you can kind of create this look exactly as it is on the packaging. I have used this with the creative cuts from this month, and you can see that these flowers are the perfect size to add a little bit of an extra detail to that. Next up, we have a background 3D embossing folder, and this is textured tiles. This is 6x6, and you can see the image that we've got here are a number of kind of irregular shaped paving slabs with different textures within some of the images. Very cool, very different, great one for kind of gardening inspired cards. I'm going to flip that over so you can see the detail that you're actually going to get with this one. I'm just going to bring in a card so you can see that used in the background. I have used it just with a white piece of cardstock so it kind of blends in with the background, but you can see that it's adding a little bit of something, a little bit of texture to the main focal point that we have on this one. If you are after more of a floral embossing folder, we do have the Botanical rails. Again, this is a 6x6 3D embossing folder, and we have this beautiful kind of background design that has some flowers. It also looks like wire work that you can see on that. It's so pretty, so tactile as well. The embossing on this is fabulous. I will just lift this up so you can see the kind of all over look if that's something you wanted to go with just some plain cardstock. I have used it on a cardstock panel and then just inked around the edge just to add a little bit of difference there and a little bit of extra depth. We also have some mini 3D embossing folders in this release. So we do have 2. This is the first one that we have, and these are sized 2 3/4 by 5.5 inches. So these will actually go through our mini blossom if that's the only die cutting machine that you have. So this is the mini sentiments, and you can see here that we have a number of different sentiments on here. You can use this as a background, or you can use a piece of cardstock and then kind of cut them into strips once you have embossed them. A really cool and versatile 3D embossing folder here. So you're going to be able to use this in a number of different ways. I have used this here as a background. You can see that we have that in the background just done on a panel, and then also as a singular sentiment. The other mini 3D embossing folder that we have is the Regal Facet. This looks like a very cool kind of front door that you could get. This is a background one. Again, this is size 2 3/4 by 5.5, so we'll go through the mini blossom. And we have that beautiful kind of engraved design on this one. It's like it's been chiseled away at. You can see here, that's the design that you are going to get. And I have used this on a card, and I've just used it in the background. And then to kind of bring it out a little bit more, I've just rubbed over some gold ink to create that effect that we have. So we also have a background stencil. This is 6x6, and you can see that we've got this beautiful kind of geometric floral design on there. It reminds me of some really cool Art Deco wallpaper. This is the kind of look that you're going to be able to get. You're going to be able to kind of add it in all different colors. If you want to, use your inks, use your sprays, and you can also use stencil pastes as well. Here I have used my inks and also some of the shimmer relief paste, and just look how pretty that looks. As well as all of those fabulous products, we are also introducing 3 new watercolor tubes. Now we felt that there was a little bit of gap in the colors that we have with our watercolors, so we are adding these in. We have the fabulous Van Dyke Brown, we have the Burnt Sienna, and also the Mars Red. So these are beautiful, warm autumnal tones that you're going to be able to use with your other watercolor tubes that you have and be able to add a little bit more warmth, a bit more shadow, and a bit more feeling into your watercolor painting. So here are just a few projects from our fabulous designers and guest designers. We really do hope that you spotted something in here that inspires you and makes you want to create something beautiful. Thank you so much for watching, everyone, and we'll see you again really, really soon. Bye-bye. Loved watching this video. There is more where that came from here on the Altenew official YouTube channel. Also, don't forget to subscribe and click that bell button so you don't miss out on any of the crafty fun. See you soon and happy crafting.